Hi, welcome to Muzzle First. So today I want to talk about pocket carry. On the table in front of me I have three different firearms that I've kind of moved away from for pocket carry, and I've moved on to a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. It's the 45. Now I've been pocket carrying for several years, and pocket carry works for me. Pocket carry is my choice. It's what I have found that works the best for me and the way that I do things. So I thought if you are someone who is wanting to try pocket carry, or maybe if you're having problems with pocket carry, or you're just interested, never done it, whatever, if you just want to know the truth about pocket carry, I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you my experience with pocket carry, the things that have worked for me, the things that don't work for me, and but I want to go into this with the knowledge that I believe concealed is concealed. I don't believe in open carry. I don't want anyone to know that I have a firearm. And that is one of the reasons that I pocket carry. I like the total concealment of pocket carry. That would just be one of the reasons. But you have to decide what's right for you. I'm not telling anyone that pocket carry is right for them. You got to decide that for yourself. I just want to present the facts to you as I know them. All right? There's positives to pocket carry, and there's negatives to pocket carry. Probably more negatives than there are positives. So let's go through a couple of the scenarios here. For negatives, let's just go over some of the negatives. Ruger LCP. Ruger LCP you can carry in just about any pocket that you have. This is just a little inexpensive leather bulldog holster. Works great. That hook hooks your pocket when you draw. This will fit in almost any pocket that you have. 642 requires a slightly larger pocket than the LCP, but it's still very pocketable. Springfield XDS, still very pocketable. Requires definitely a larger pocket than the LCP, and requires a larger pocket than a 642. All right. I have moved to this firearm, and I'll go ahead and show this to you. All right. This is my Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. This is a 45. This is larger than the XDS. The part of this that makes this one larger, other than the fact that it is a half-inch longer, I believe, something like that, is the grip. The grip on this, the grip on any firearm is the hardest part to put in your pocket, all right? Because that's what's going to grab your pocket when you go in there. So that is one of the downsides, is that you may actually need pants with larger pockets. You may need to start buying pants with larger pockets. That means changing the way that you dress, or changing your changing the clothes you buy based on this. I made that decision. I made that decision a long time ago. I made that decision before going to this. And so for me, that's kind of it was a no-brainer. I chose this over, you know, any kind of designer jeans or whatever. But when I buy pants, I want to be able to spread my hand out in the pocket. If I can't do that, I generally don't buy them. But that's one of the downsides there, is you may actually need to change clothes to buy something with a larger pocket in it to carry, especially if you want to do a 45. If you want to carry something like a little LCP, you can carry this in pretty much any pocket out there, probably even skinny jeans, something like that. This right here will probably be fine. You may not have that problem. Another problem with pocket carry is that you really only have so many pockets in your pants to carry stuff in. So keep in mind that the firearm is in addition to all your other stuff that you carry already. Your keys, your wallet, money, stuff like that. So let's go through the way I carry my stuff. All right, let's just go through my pockets. This is not a what's in your pocket video, but I want to show you how I carry my stuff. Firearm, of course, is right front pocket by itself. Nothing else goes in that pocket but the firearm. I carry a comb in my right rear pocket. That's all that's in my right rear pocket. I don't like stuff in my back pockets. I also carry a wallet. That's in my left rear pocket. All right? That's all that's in my left rear pocket. It's a NRA bison hide, I believe, wallet. But that's all that's in my left pocket, my left rear pocket. My left front pocket, I carry a lot of stuff in there. Just kind of odds and ends. I have a flashlight that clips to my pocket. Very wore, especially in this one spot here, and I'll show you why. I also carry a knife clipped to my pocket. This is just a Hofner's knife. It can be used with the as a flipper with the thumb stud, or it can be used as a gravity knife. There's like a shaker. All right. I also carry a small multi-tool. This is a little Leatherman juice. I carry that in my left pocket also. In my left pocket, I also have a spare magazine. This is the extended magazine for the Shield. All right, so this is one thing that I don't like carrying in my pocket. I prefer to carry my magazines in something like this on the belt. But this little case that I have is a Kershaw, for a Kershaw knife. This little case doesn't fit this magazine, so it's real tight and it sticks up and it doesn't look right, so I don't use it for it. I like carrying my spare magazines in something like this where they are also concealed, because if you got a magazine sticking out there on your hip, you may as well not conceal your gun, because, I mean, really, is someone going to look at that and think it's a knife or something else? No, they're going to know what that is. If you're carrying an exposed magazine, you may as well be carrying an exposed gun. And I don't do that. I like it completely concealed. Like I said, concealed is concealed. That is my philosophy. So I do like carrying the magazines in this little pouch. If I carry my XDS, or if I carry the LCP, or even the 642, I'm using something like this. Of course, for the 642, we got this little pouch here, but which is a little more identifiable. But it is a convenient way for carrying reloads for it. What else we got? We got a cell phone. Now, I don't carry my cell phone in my pants pockets. If I'm at work, I generally am wearing a button-up shirt or something with a shirt pocket. I'll carry that in my shirt pocket. My blue jeans, my shorts, and everything I wear at home have an extra pocket in them. It's called a media pocket. So it's on the left-hand side, and it's down lower than your left front pocket. It's normally about the, you know, down far about your fingertips, but makes it nice and convenient because it gets it out of your pocket, away from everything else, and it doesn't interfere with anything in that pocket. They don't touch each other at all. So this is the way that I carry my stuff. Oh, car keys. Forgot about car keys. I carry my car keys, door keys, and just my keys. I carry them on my belt. I use this little clip from Maxpedition. All right. So these go on my belt. Those do not go in my pocket. I hate carrying keys in your pocket because they do that. They spread out and they poke you in the leg and stuff like that. This is a drawback because you've got so many items that you're cramming into your pocket. This pocket here is a problem, and I'll show you why. If you carry change in your pocket, that's the only place I have to put it. I'm not going to put the change with the gun. I don't want to carry it in the back pocket because it'll come out when I sit down. I'm going to carry it in that pocket there with everything else. What I've had happen before is that you'll get a quarter or something jammed in here with your pocket knife. Makes it a little harder to open. It doesn't open normal. You have to really sling it or really flip it to get it to come open. And I may have actually really jammed at that time. But that's not convenient. I don't normally carry change, but when I do carry change, it goes in that pocket right there. And that is a downside. That is not a perfect setup. If you've got too many things in this pocket that are rubbing against each other, that are moving around, not ideal at all. Once again, that is a downside, and I'll just right up front tell you that is a downside with pocket carry of a firearm, is that you have only so many pockets to put stuff in. You got to put your stuff somewhere that you're carrying. One pocket here ends up being a junk pocket, carrying everything else that doesn't fit, the pockets. Another downside to it, for some reason, dirt and grime tends to accumulate on your gun. And I'll show you here. I cut the grass yesterday. As you can see, there is grass clippings here. There's cat hair, there's lint, pollen. I don't even know what that is. That might even be a grass stain or something. I have no idea what all is on that. I wipe my gun down once a day. Usually in the mornings when I put it in my pocket, I wipe it down first. That's a downside. You're going to have something similar to this if carrying in waistband and out of waistband, but I don't know that you necessarily get it as bad as you do in your pocket. For some reason, every little bit of dirt finds my firearm in the pocket. You see that? And I haven't cleaned this for a couple days, especially after cutting the grass yesterday. I left it the way it was so I could show that to you. All right, that's a downside. I don't know. I don't know a good solution to that. Anybody does, let me know. All of the stuff that you're putting on your pants is going to require a sturdier belt. So some people might think that they're going to carry in a pocket just so you don't have to buy a holster. You need a holster. You still got to have a holster. They may think that they can skimp out on the belt because they're going to put it in their pocket and they're not going to carry it on their belt. That's going to weight your pants down. You got the same problem carrying this in your pocket that you do carrying it on your waist. This is heavy. This doesn't weigh any less because you're putting it in your pocket. It's the same weight. You're still carrying that on your belt. All right. So belt, suspenders, whatever. I have been known to wear suspenders at the range because they're so convenient. But you're definitely going to have to use a normal gun belt. I use a belt by 511 that's reinforced. It's 2 layers. It's 2 layers of leather with a layer of polymer in the middle. Another drawback to carrying your firearm in your pocket is that you are slightly limited to the size of firearm you can carry. You're not going to put a Glock 17 in your pocket and carry it. It's just not going to carry right. This one, this Smith & Wesson, fits in my pocket, carries around. I mean, you know it's there. It's not like you forget it's there. You can feel it, but it doesn't bother you at all. It just fits right in the pocket. It carries just like anything else would in your pocket. But you are limited to the size of firearm that you can carry. This is about the largest 45 I think I could fit in my pocket. I definitely could not fit anything with a larger handle on it, with a larger grip. That grip right there, that length from the top of the slide to the bottom of your grip, that's the critical length for whether or not you can fit that in your pocket, because you're going to have a pocket wide enough to fit that. However larger a grip that you get, you got to have a pocket wide enough to fit it. Major downside. A major downside to carrying in your pocket is drawing your gun. Presentation from the pocket is clumsy. It appears clumsy. It is clumsy. It's not graceful. I don't know. Practice. Maybe you'll get better. But it is not as easy to get your gun out of your pocket while seated, especially while seated, as it is while you've got it in waistband. Now, in your car or something where you've got where you're sitting and you're strapped in, it's a bear to get that out. It is difficult. You have to shift your body to get that out of your pocket. Out of waistband, generally most places where you're seated, you can just draw it. In waistband can be a little more difficult in the car because you can get tied up in the belt or whatever, in the seat belt or whatever. But pocket carry, definitely difficult when you're definitely difficult to draw when you're seated. That's most of the negatives about it that I could think of. Let's talk about some good things. Some reasons why I do pocket carry. Regardless of all those negatives, I pocket carry. This is my chosen method of pocket carry. And I do it partly because it is very concealable. When you drop this in your pocket, you know it's there. There is a slight bulge depending on how you're standing, moving, squatting, whatever, but you don't really know what it is. It's not identifiable as a gun. Nobody knows that you're carrying a gun except for you. I don't want to be that person that gets all the attention in the grocery store because they've got a firearm on their hip. I have nothing against anyone that open carries or anyone that wants to carry outside the waistband or inside the waistband without a cover over it, whatever. That's your choice. My choice is to be concealed. I believe concealed carry means concealed, not open carry. I don't open carry. I just don't. I do carry out a waistband occasionally, but only in the wintertime when I'm wearing a jacket over it. Another good thing. The number one thing that I could say about pocket carry is that I can carry this setup right here. I can carry these items exactly the same way every day, regardless of whether it's hot outside or it's cold outside, whether it's rainy, snowy, sunny, whatever. It doesn't matter. I can carry the same items exactly the same way every day. I don't have to match my holster or my gun to my outfit. I don't have to do that. I carry the same way every day. I don't have to worry about what I'm carrying today. I don't worry about what holster I'm carrying today. I'm carrying this one. The same thing. Whether I'm wearing shorts, blue jeans, work pants, whatever. This system right here works for me. I can carry this stuff in those pockets every day. That is a huge win for me. I don't like changing things up that much. That and the fact that it's concealed. Like I said before, concealed is concealed. I don't believe in open carry. I have nothing against anyone that does, but open carry is not for me. I don't want that attention. I don't want people knowing that I have that firearm. The time that they find out that I have that firearm should be when it's pointed at them, not when they're walking behind me in the grocery store wondering whether or not they can take the firearm away from me. That's my thoughts on this. This has been Muzzle First. If you've got any questions or comments, there is a area below this video where you can leave your comments or your questions. You can also send me an email at muzzlefirst@gmail.com or visit my website, www.muzzlefirst.com. Like, subscribe, share the video, greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and you have a good day.